All right. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for being here tonight. My name is Michelle. If you don't know me, a quick little introduction of myself. So I have actually been on a crazy health journey for the last 8 years now, and it honestly blows my mind that it's been 8 years. And it's a huge reminder. My daughter's birthday is in less than a month, and I started when she was a baby because I was thick in it. And I'm going to share a little bit more about that in a minute, but it's kind of cool because the reason every single person is here and the reason we're having this call is because I hit my rock bottom. Oh, isn't that fun? I hit rock bottom. I decided that I had to figure out how to climb out of the hole. And in that process, I started telling everyone else how I climbed out of the hole because I knew I wasn't the only one. And that has created this incredible cascade effect. And we are here to help you climb out of that hole. And I'm so passionate about that because I was there. And I don't want anyone to end up there. If if I can keep people out of there, amen. If you're already there, we're gonna help you climb out. We're gonna throw the fishing pole out. We're gonna put the line out and we're gonna reel you in. And with that, I'm actually gonna turn it over to my friend Teresa, and she's gonna share a snippet about her journey, why she's here, and we're gonna extend that line to you a little bit.
I can go?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I know some of you. I don't know all of you, but hi. Um, I am going to talk about my Plexus journey. A little over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, in September, I was put on methylphenidate for some focusing and trying to figure out how to do 20 million things at one time. And it didn't work out very well for me. My doctor decided to quit on me, and I was not given someone else to take over my medication. The good thing about the medication was it helped me focus, it helped me stay what I was supposed to do. Um, and then I started nursing school in January of 2023, and I was on my last pill. I had it in my hand and I'm like, do I take it now or do I save it for my midterm or my final? Um, I went through the toughest semester ever. And that was from January until about April. We had like trimesters at the time, and I had no tools to help me focus. I had nothing to keep me on track. I'd get bored 10 minutes into doing homework, or I would get distracted by my kids, or remember, oh shoot, I forgot to turn the laundry over. I couldn't stay in one spot. I had done Plexus before and it helped for a little bit. I didn't take it during my first term because I didn't have the money to do it. Um, and first term, it was pharmacology and pathophysiology together. That's their weed out term. So they had those two really big classes plus um, four other really big classes that were hard to do. Summer term of 2023, I said, okay, I've got to get back on that Plexus stuff and I don't know how I'm going to do it. And my academic advisor said, hey, so I see you're struggling at home with finances. Have you thought about taking out a personal loan to help with paying for college plus home expenses? And that's when it hit me. I was like, I could use college funds to pay for Plexus. And Plexus helped me get through my third and fourth final terms through nursing school. I've passed nursing and I'm on to new things. I start in a month of my new job. So, yeah.
I'm so proud of that. And what she didn't say is she is like super momming to 4 kids while she's putting herself through school and doing all of the things. And so her being able to focus and do as well as she did with school was huge. Huge. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so next we're gonna hear from my friend Joy. Something I'm gonna throw a side note in there. Joy is actually a registered dietitian. And so we've got kind of like some medical situation, like brand new nurse, registered dietitian. I'm an exercise physiologist. So we're gonna like do all the things here for you, like health, fitness, nutrition. We got it. And I met Joy almost 3 years ago, two,
Yeah,
three, three,
3. Mm-hmm.
almost 3 years ago. We were running Hood to Coast together, and I we became friends, and she stalked me, and she was like, "I kind of want to check out this thing that Michelle's doing," and the rest is history.
Yes. Now
So,
we go on so
Joy,
many trips together. So many, we
oh
do
my
so many
gosh,
more
so
things,
we've done a lot together since then.
along with a few races, a few more races. So,
Yes.
so yes, I am a registered dietitian. It's crazy that it'll be 20 years. And this, I have to keep up on my credentials and all that. And I'm like, yeah, it's time to start knocking those out again. And I am so thankful that I have just passion for gut health now, like I never did before. So as a dietitian, um, I struggled with my weight. I would eat right. I have been a lifelong athlete, and it just I would do the things that I would be educating people to do, that I was educated to coach people to do for nutrition education, and it just never worked very well. Like the scale would move like 10 pounds after I trained for my first half marathons. Like I was putting in so much exercise, so much time, and my body just never really like responded like the math should have. Because I knew what I was eating, and it was just frustrating, And so when I met Michelle and this, gut health thing, in my head I was like, oh, it's just fancy probiotics and it's fancy Metamucil, and but I was like, I haven't tried this. I've tried everything else because as a dietitian, people want to pick your brain about the latest trend. And then also, I was trying to find something that would finally work. I used to deal with hypoglycemia, which means my energy would dip down to where I would get nauseous and just hangry, and that would happen if I didn't eat every 2 to 3 hours. And it would happen uh, with a long workout that I would do, a long run. If it was over an hour long, then I would tank right when I got done, and it was miserable. And so, yeah, when I met Michelle, I watched her be really fuel efficient, and I was like, okay, there's something special there. She is a bit of a freak, but now I'm like, but still, there's something there. And so, like Michelle said, yeah, I cyber stalked her, and I decided to give it a try because I had nothing to lose, and if nothing else, I would have experience, something, to share. And supplements. I was a bit of a supplement snob too, because I never felt any difference. And also, I'm like, I'm a dietitian. I eat a variety of foods. I don't need a multivitamin and all these things. I was a snob, but I was like, okay, let's give it a try. And it was the missing piece. The gut these products they're the probiotic is so much different than anything else you get out there. Like your body responds, and when you finally don't have to work as hard as I used to have to work for my body just to feel good, for my body to shed excess weight, it was just such a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I finally didn't have anxiety. I didn't have to worry about food, like when my next meal was going to be, or if I had snacks with me. And so I'm free from food now, and as a dietitian, I now just like see food as fuel, like it's supposed to be a nutrition. Like I love good tasting food, don't get me wrong, but it's like it's not something that I have to worry about anymore. And so like today I refereed basketball games. I ate like a lot of protein this morning. I ref games. I didn't eat anything again until 4:30. I had my protein shake, and then I'm going to have dinner. And it's just amazing to be able to do what you want to do in a day and not have to stress out about, you know, what is my body going to do? My body finally works like it's supposed to. And so I could probably rambling on too long, but I mean, once I finally felt the difference that these products make, and I finally felt like normal should feel like I just always thought something wasn't normal, I wasn't normal. And so once I finally was like, wow, I don't have to work so hard, I wanted other people to feel this way. I started sharing. I didn't even know or even ask questions about the compensation plan. I was just like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to start sharing, because I did not want other people to struggle like I used to struggle. I didn't want them to think that they weren't good enough, because that's what I would do. I would be like, oh, I just wasn't eating clean enough, and I wasn't restricting myself hard enough, or I wasn't exercising enough. It was not a good place to be at all, and I didn't want people to feel that way anymore. And so, um, and then I also had a gap in my finances. I had a hole I needed to fill, and so, but that even really wasn't my focus. That is absolutely the blessing now, that what this has turned into, that I'm able to stay home with my kids more than ever. And but it is, yeah, it's been amazing, and this is just the tip of the iceberg of it all. So yeah.
I always love hearing it. Thank you. Thank you, friend. Okay, so I'll share my snippet. I opened up saying like I hit my rock bottom. So when I got started, I was a brand new mom, and I was fully aware, you know how they say that like being a mom, like moms are like tired as a mother. Like that is literally a saying, tired as a mother. I knew my level of exhaustion was not normal though. I was fully aware. I'm like, okay, one hand, like it's being a new mom and not sleeping very much, there's a level of tired that's normal. The level of tired of me not being able to get off of the couch and function was not normal. That was not okay. And I recognized that. I had also spent a lot of my life struggling with various different health issues. And so between the exhaustion that I was experiencing, the fact that the thought of leaving my house made me have an anxiety attack, the fact that I was as Joy was talking about, I was a prisoner to food as well. The hangry, the Snickers Diva commercials were really popular back then, and literally I would laugh and say that was me. However, it wasn't so funny when I was like crying at meals because I had just and I also recognize the fact that I literally was not happy. I didn't know what like happiness felt like. People knew me as like the happy bubbly person. It was fake. It was so fake. I put a smile on my face and walked around pretending like everything was good. And I did not want to live my life like that. I am not a settler. I am someone that is going to work and show up and be the best that I can be at every time that I can be it. But the best that I could be was basically stuck on the couch watching TV pretending like I was mommying, and that wasn't okay. That's not the mom I wanted to be. That's not what I wanted my child experience. It wasn't the wife I wanted to be. So I said yes to these products. When, let's put a little asterisk in here, we were living credit card bill to credit card bill. Our finance, like we could not, like Teresa was just talking about, like she had to take a loan out to be able to afford this. I took a loan out from my credit card because I said I can't do this. I cannot live like this any longer. And I made that investment in my health, and I haven't turned around since. I knew that I couldn't find anything else. I was literally doing everything. I was working out, I was eating healthy, I was drinking my water, like I was doing it all, and I was at my rock bottom. This was the thing that changed everything for me, my health and my finances. So it was a slow, I'm not saying that I took it for a month and everything changed. I remember being a couple weeks in and just literally just going, I feel a little better. And a little better meant everything. I knew that a little better meant a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And it was going to add up to, at some point, to being like a complete different life change. And that's where I am. Like I have completely 180'd my life in that. And as I said at the beginning, you are all here because I started talking about it. And so this has grown into not only my health, but my husband walked away from his job a year ago. We fully like live what I think is the actual true American dream, where we work when we want to work, where we want to work. We're homeschooling our kids. Like we are not tied to any system, any schedule. We get to do what we want to do when we want to do it. And that is freedom to me. And so in this space, you have the option to take it wherever you want and do whatever you want. And so, questions for you is what if you could fall back in love with the person you used to be for yourself, but most importantly, also for the people that you love? Like for me, I said yes because I needed to be a better mom and a better wife, most importantly. Like those were my huge drivers as a brand new mom. And I want you guys, I want everyone here and everyone who listens to this recording to think about the same thing, to think about what if you could find that change. So a couple things that kind of how is this different? Why is this different? Okay, what we focus on here is literally getting to the root of what's going on, helping heal and balance the body. And we're not making claims to cure any health issue or anything along those lines. What we are doing is helping the body find a balance from so our bodies have a good and bad. So this is the bad, this is the good. Most of us are living in this state. And what our products help do is find this state. We're always going to have some bad, quote unquote, bad inside of us and quote unquote good inside of us. But we need to find the right balance of that good to bad. We're living at an 80-20, bad 80, good 20, and we should be at a good 80 and a bad 20 is really more of like where it should be. And I did not understand until I learned about gut health. Like when I started learning about gut health, I learned about plexus. And so if you're like, what in the world is gut health? You're in the right spot because that was me 9 years ago. Gut what? I knew I had gut issues, guys. I was bloated all the time. I was literally running to the bathroom. Like I knew that, but I didn't really actually know what gut health was. And if you know what it is, you might also be like, there's so much. There's so like, where do I even start? Like this influence talking about this thing and this probiotic said to be the best ever. And I don't even know where to start. And that's also where I ended up. At one point, I was like, okay, I'm going to research probiotics and figure out how to find the best one. So I did that, and it was a rabbit hole. So if you're like overwhelmed by anything, you're not abnormal here. Over 50% of people are overwhelmed by where do I even start? And that's why I love this, and that's why I said yes, because I felt like a gut health was put on a silver tray for me and just said, here you go. And I said yes because it was simple, easy, and it looked effective. That's why I said yes. And that's what we want for you because we can't do complicated here. So I'm going to walk you through simple, effective. Okay. So what most people get started with is a 3-product system to help heal and balance. So this is what we call our pink drink. You just open this up and mix it into water, and that is going to help balance your blood sugar. It's also going to help. This is an antioxidant gut health drink that helps balance your blood sugar. If you're like, what in the heck is blood sugar? We were all talking about like the crash in the afternoon and becoming the mombi, the zombie, the diva. That is your blood sugar. Okay. You are tanking because your blood sugar just plummeted. Those energy waves throughout the day is your blood sugar. So think about when you're just like in your day, and you're just like, I'm good. I got energy. Like usually after meal, I've got some energy. I can get some stuff done. And then you start tanking. You're riding that wave. And we want to find that I'm good all day level. Okay. So that's going to help you do this. And then these two bad boys are married, the husband and wife situation over here. Okay, so this one is a magnesium complex that is going to help regulate your digestive system. It's going to bring magnesium. 80% of us are magnesium deficient. Magnesium is required for over 300 different processes of our body. So it's going to do a lot of things. It helps with muscle contraction. It helps with detoxing, digestion regulation. So this is super important. Okay. And then we're going to bring in I'm going to tell you, you don't need to research probiotics anymore. I did it for you. This is the best one. So this is going to help get rid of toxins, break those down, get rid of excess yeast kind of thing, and then bring in that good, healthy bacteria to repopulate your system. We're bringing in the good, right? So this is getting rid of the bad, bringing in the good. They are married, they're best friends. They go hand in hand together. This system right here does it. Knocks it out of the stinking park. I always like to add in one other thing here. We do have other products. If you're like, I want to focus more on weight loss, I want to focus more on energy, I want to focus more on detoxing, whatever that might look like, we do have some other products to help support. I'm obsessed. I'm literally obsessed. So this is a natural anti-inflammatory. You guys we are so inflamed as a population. And I had no idea that I was dealing with such inflammation until I wasn't. And the number one way that I felt it is I got out of bed every morning and I felt like an 80-year-old when I was 20. I felt heavy, heavy. Like heavy is the easiest way for me to explain it. I love it, Kirsten. I felt tight and stiff and heavy. It took me hours of moving and stretching and like living to feel like my body could move. Okay. And if that's you, or if you wake up and you feel like you're puffy, the other morning I woke up after a week in Vegas and like eating out, and my eyes were so swollen from all of that inflammation, from all of that crap food that I had been eating. Okay. If you have any health issue, underlying issue is inflammation. So this is going to help reduce that inflammation, and it's going to help with everything: weight loss, digestion, skin, detoxing, you name it, it's going to help support that. So that is my like tried and true system right there for whatever you're looking for. If you are an athlete, if you're working any like an active job, this is going to help reduce those aches and pains that you might be dealing with from that too, and help it accelerate. I'm a runner, accelerate your recovery from those kinds of things. Okay. That's our products there, just to give you a quick run through. So when we're looking at getting started, is anyone over there like, how do I get started? What do I do? What's the next step? Drop a 1 if you're like, oh yeah, that's me. How do I get started? If you didn't know, there's a chat. We've got chat going on over here. You can drop a 1 in the chat. So I'm going to tell you real quick how you can get started. First thing is you're going to have to message your bestie that invited you here and say, how do I get started? I'm ready. And they're going to help create a cart for you. Okay. And they will make a custom recommendation for you. If you're like what Michelle talked about, home run, they'll help do that. Okay. We can make a cart for you. All you'll need to do is plug in your information from that cart, and it's going to it's going to ship straight to you. And then we'll help support you on that process. The next step is we are the buddy system. We're all about the buddy system. You've just heard from a couple of my buddies here that we don't do this alone. Here's the reason. The number one reason: if you start by yourself, there's a 50% chance you're going to succeed. I'm not in it for those odds. What's the point? If you start with one friend, if you do the buddy system, you have an 85 to 90% chance of success. One friend. Okay, so we're talking like my husband. I was like, hey honey, I'm doing this thing. Guess what? I just ordered you some too. And then I went to my mom and I was like, hey mama, check this out. And she's like, yeah, sure, tell me what to do. And then I went to my best friend and I was like, I love you. You have dealt with anxiety, depression, and gut issues for way too long. You need to look at this. And she's like, how do I do it? What do I need to do? Because I can't do this med situation because it's not working. Okay. That's legit how I did it. And here I am 8 years later, you guys. The buddy system works. Okay. And if you're also like the 3 of us that shared and we're like, credit card, how to take out a loan, all of those things, you can share with a few more and help get your products covered. And you won't have to pay a dime for that investment in your health that you're making. And if you want to be crazy and be like me and say, hey, I want my husband to not have to work his stressful job that he's completely miserable in anymore, you can end up doing that at some point as well. Okay. We help you and we love you at every place that you want to be. But the number one thing is you have to get an accountability buddy. You have to start with a friend because you have to have success here. We don't want you spending one more day saying, how in the world am I going to get out of this space that I'm in? It's not worth it. Okay. So that's how you get started. We also have an extra little discount for you. So when you get started today, there's going to be a $10 discount that is actually going to give you a free membership. Your membership gives you a 20% discount. You earn free product credit every month that you order. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So you get $10 off your first month. Your second month in July, you're going to get an additional $10 off your order. And then in your third order in August, you're going to get a free product that's valued at $35 because of that free product credit that I was just talking about. So $10 savings this month, $10 savings in July, and a free product in August. That is how you're going to start your journey to success and be committed for a 3 to 6 month period, because you didn't end up sitting on this call overnight. You've been sitting in wherever you are right now for longer than you should have been. I was way too many years. Most of my life, to be honest. And so I was like, I'm in this for months because I've got to give it time. Your body's not going to heal overnight. So 3 to 6 months and you will see some serious magic happen. I'm going to open up real quick. Does anybody have any questions? Nope. Cool. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. We super appreciate you taking time, spending it with us tonight, and we cannot wait for you to get started and also help that buddy of yours that's going to get started. So we're going to have double the success. All right. Have a good night, you guys.